All right, so we got some special guests here in the studio. I like having live guests. This is a group talking about wellness, especially when it comes to black men. This is a conversation I have a lot with my barber when it talks about wellness. I was just at the barber this morning, my usual Friday routine. We talk about how to take care of ourselves, not only physically, but mentally. Let me bring in these guys. You see right here on your screen, Victor Tolbert.
Yes, sir.
Kenny Hampton,
Yes,
African-American Male Wellness Agency. Thank you guys for being here, man. You have a big event Saturday. Before we get to the event, let's talk about the agency. How did you guys get a part or become a part of the agency?
Well, first of all, thanks so much for having us. It's a pleasure to be here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we're here because our National Black Men's Wellness Day tour has made its way to Charlotte. This is a 20-plus city tour that started last weekend in April in the city of Houston. And now we've made our way to Charlotte, North Carolina. And we've gotten involved in this. It'll be year 4 for me next month. And I'm excited about the opportunity to lead this initiative as the president of the organization because it has challenged me to prioritize my health. I learned that I had high blood pressure 3 years ago, but it was at one of our events where I was able to get access to a free health screening. Unfortunately, I joined thousands of brothers who have actually learned at our event that they had high blood pressure because 85% of the men that we've screened of the 10,000 in the last 2 years have high blood pressure.
Are you serious?
85%. 56.7% have no idea. And so being a former athlete, and so is Victor being a former athlete, it's very important that we do not lie to ourselves and say because we feel okay and because we have this former athletic body that we don't need to get health screenings. That is a lie. And so we're really trying to raise awareness and tell our men, hey, come out to Black Men's Wellness Day. It's the most fun you'll ever have at a doctor's appointment where you got entertainment, you got vendors, it's a kid zone. It's a dope experience. And it's family friendly, it's for everybody, and it's free. So we're doing it because we're really trying to decrease the fact that a lot of our men are dying in the hands of, or increase life expectancy because a lot of our men are dying in the hands of preventable diseases. Unfortunately, on average, age 67 years old. I turn 42 next Thursday, so you telling me I got 25 left?
I'm not gonna lie, brother. You don't look like you're 42.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man. What's your cash at?
I got you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the compliment, man. And so that's how I came on board with the organization a few years back because being a former athlete and being an entrepreneur, I was really trying to look to find something that's going to give me some purpose, and this has really given me some purpose because I'm able to go and spread the importance of Black men prioritizing their health, and we're just doing it one free health screening at a time.
Victor, I got a two-part question for you. What does wellness look like for you? What does that mean, right? What does that conversation look like, and what is it like being a part of the agency? And like, I mean, Kenny just talked about the numbers, man. I still can't believe it. I can't even wrap my head around it. But what does that mean for you?
A wellness for me means family. It means being here to be able to live long, to be able to be around your family, to be able to see your kids grow up, to be able to be a great grandpop one day.
Yeah.
So it just means us coming together and doing this health thing of getting checked out, learning about our numbers, not being afraid to go to the doctor, and doing it together. So. And it's also just about being active. You want to be able to, be up and run around with your kids. And then on top of that, there's so many different layers. Mine falls back to kids because I have my little ones now. So it's about knowing my numbers so my little ones know their numbers. And so that they know that dad had X, Y, and Z, and we need to go get checked out as well. So not being afraid of that and bridging those gaps. I tell everyone all the time, we were taught to wash our butt, brush our teeth, don't go to school funky. Them girls don't like it.
Right.
But we also were told, I got to go make this money. I don't got time to go to the doctor. So being a part of this organization, us having the opportunity to travel around the world, around the nation, helping Black men know their numbers is very, very important. And health means family. It means coming together to me. And the other question was, what is the organization? What is it like being a part of the organization? This all rolls back to family. Like this rolls back to having a connection, us being able to have those conversations. We tell each other when we're wrong. We get on each other when we're wrong, and we tell each other, hey, you was right about that. So, and again, this is us coming together. So, and we have conversations. We talk to each other, and we're also learning from each other. Our founder, John Gregory, is an amazing man, amazing person, and like really just sitting back and learning and really seeing how to navigate this thing called life that he, in this organization that he's built from, like, just blossomed up, just from having one idea of just saying we need to get men active and going to go get health screened, and just men active and walking and figuring out why we were dying so young or why we couldn't sustain high paying jobs, and our health was part of the reason. So the family aspect really it drives back to me as being a part around family and growing up. Like, we don't have to be blood brothers, but we're brothers in a sense, and that's family, because we're gonna be close knit together, and we're gonna help each other, save each other's lives together.
Man, you hit on something important. Growing up, I remember seeing my grandfather work, and I developed this mentality. Like, I'm still trying to get out of this mentality of like, I got to put everything on my back. I got to worry about providing, and then my health and my mental wellness is on the back burner. And I feel like what you guys are doing is just like, hey man, you gotta think about yourself. I mean, you can provide for your family, but you can't provide for your family if you're not here.
Right. So I just shared last evening in Columbus, Ohio, we had, nearly 70 brothers in the room trying to raise awareness about this whole Room and Real Talk conversation. It's funny that you mentioned the idea of being in the barbershop this morning. And oftentimes our barbers are serving as our therapists.
Right.
Because we get in that chair and for some reason we feel comfortable sharing, right? And they're like,
you got that razor though.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a scare factor there too, or fear factor. But what I would say is that unfortunately it's not enough of us talking about the importance of us prioritizing ourselves. So we talked about being self-aware, self-love, and things of that nature, prioritizing self. And I had to challenge the men to add 3 letters to the end of the word self, ISH, and become selfish. Because I just got off a plane this morning, and every flight I take, regardless if it's with Victor or our vice president, Jason Marshall, or my son, who was 12 years old, right, who was an athlete himself, they tell us to put our oxygen mask on first in the state of an emergency. And you can't tell me that black men right now are not in a state of an emergency when it comes to us dying in the hands of suicide at the highest rate right now, particularly ages between 18 to 40 years old. Many of us are dying in the hands of opioid overdose or suicide. And it's because we are not putting our oxygen mask on first. And so I had to shift my mindset of stop trying to always please everyone else around me, whether it's spouse or kids or mom or dad or family and friends, and ask Kenny, what does that Kenny want? What makes Kenny happy? How am I pouring back into my cup? And I'm starting to, get to a place where I'm okay with prioritizing me and being happy about that, because for way too long, I was just making sure everybody else was happy, so everybody else had smiles on their faces. Yeah. And I would literally respond. People, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm just trying to keep smiles on faces. And I haven't smiled in years, genuinely. So I had to shift that. And so we're able to do this work, mental wellness work, called Room and Real Talk, where it has its own national tour of its own, where we are in 7 cities nationally. We had in Columbus, Ohio, Marlon Wayans came and hung out with us, and we had a conversation with Marlon. Yeah, and so Marlon was able to just be Marlon and talk about some of the things he's been dealing with. He's been vocal lately about his mental wellness journey. And so we have David Banner joining us in Detroit, my hometown, next Thursday, which is on my birthday. So that's a great gift to be able to go back to Detroit.
Happy birthday.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'm turning a big 4-2. And, I'm trying to really just share with brothers across this country, man, that listen, it's not okay to not know your numbers, but it's okay to talk. It's okay to share. It's okay to take that mask off and realize that, hey, you know what? I got some things I need to deal with, some things I need to address. And we're just happy because we bring the clinic to the community with our health and wellness work, but we also bring talk therapy, or we bring the couch to the community by allowing men to be in a safe environment, be in a safe space. Everything we do, we're just trying to take the edge off what's really happening, because oftentimes our Real Men Real Talk conversations lead to brothers going to therapists, just like our physical wellness work leads to men going to the doctor regularly.
Right.
So it's all connected for us to ultimately change the lifestyle and shift the paradigm of our brothers so that you ultimately can live longer.
It was even hard for me to admit that I wanted to be more selfish in my life. Like, I don't know if y'all, I'm like, it's hard.
It's not easy. It's difficult, bro.
It's not, because you feel like you're letting people down. You feel like you're letting your kids down. You're letting your spouse down. You're letting your family down. And we, like you said, we're so geared to, I got you, I got it. I'm gonna take care of this. But when you look at it, what are we doing for ourselves? Like you said, we're not pouring into our own cup enough.
No.
Right.
So, and that's like a big factor in when you look at it as us as men as being providers, because that's what we were always taught to do. Work. And it was like, okay, when do I have time to decompress? When do I have time to get my emotions out? When do I have time to fellowship with my brothers, or fellowship, like just get out and just relax? But I have to provide. And a lot of men, you gotta think, some men who they're working three jobs, working, maybe bartending at night, working security in the morning. They're doing 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet, to be that provider, because that's what we were taught to do. So we just really want to make sure we are pouring into ourselves, and then with the Real Men Real Talk, we're pouring into each other as well, because we are able to have those conversations, and brothers are connecting and making friends. Like you'll meet someone that you haven't even met, but you might be going through similar issues, and you can definitely connect on that level, on that platform, that have each other come together. So that's what we're here to do.
You guys are here in Charlotte, but before we start rolling on the interview, I asked me about breakfast places. I gave you my best recommendation. Hopefully that works out for y'all.
Most definitely. We appreciate that.
But the reason why you're here in Charlotte is because of Black Men's Wellness Day.
Yes. Yeah.
Here on Beatty's 4, a historic area here in Charlotte. Can you talk about that? I know you talked about it a little bit earlier, Kenny, but can you talk about the day? What makes the Charlotte one unique? Because y'all doing this tour, y'all naming all these other cities, but we got to show the Queen City some love. What makes Charlotte unique?
Well, what makes Charlotte unique is that Charlotte has actually been a part of the tour for quite some time now, and Charlotte has had the pleasure of being led by Dr. Augustus Parker, who has done some incredible work leading our an initiative here, just raising awareness and exposing the community to what he was able to see in Columbus, Ohio. His time in Columbus, Ohio, he was able to see tens of thousands of people come out to this event. He just said, hey, you know what? We need this in Charlotte. And so that's how we organically grow into these other cities. Charlotte has also had the pleasure of having honorary chairs such as Anthony Hamilton and Bubba Wallace. And we're excited to, have this year Anthony Troutman and Raynard Washington, who are with the county, who have done some great work. And Anthony is actually, he spent some time in Columbus, Ohio, so he's been able to see the event up close and personal, where even a couple weeks ago in Columbus, we had nearly 50,000 people out at our event. And David Banner pulled up, and it was a great time. And so you hear all these things, and you're like, well, wait a minute, how is this connected to health, right? But that's why I said it's literally the most fun you'll ever have at a doctor's appointment, because you come there, and there's things for the kids. So there's activities for them. There's a senior pavilion. There's a 5K walk and run, an official 5K. You can come to our event, and for all of our runners, our run clubs, Mad Miles Run Club, they always come and show out, and they do a great job of helping us raise awareness. But Novine Health has done an amazing job partnering with us, and so has Atrium, to come to the table and offer the access to the free health screenings. We don't have this event if we can't have the health screenings. Right. We're not just trying to raise awareness and do the 5K. We got to get men in front of the information, and also get them in front of the physicians. Sure. So Victor is actually responsible for the operations of all these cities, and so he is going from city to city, doing a great job working with our local team here, led by Dr. Ashley Parker and also Mr. James Mackey, who have pulled together a great committee of volunteers, right? Definitely. That is helping us get the messaging out. We don't leave any stones unturned with our outreach. So we go door to door. We put billboards up. We have TV, radio,
social media, TikTok, all of that stuff,
of
right? Just to make sure that everyone is personally invited to this event, because we're literally able to save lives one free health screening at a time by providing this experience.
Most definitely.
Look, I'm a runner, man. So I'm eyeing this 5K. What time? I'm going to be at the event regardless. What time does the 5K start? I got to make sure I get.
So the 5K starts at about 9:30.
Okay.
9:45. But we got a health screen. Our health screening starts at 7 a.m. So we got the DJ pumping music.
Okay.
Smack dead 7 a.m.
Okay.
It got to be going. If it ain't going, I'm running across the field like, hey, get it, go. So we got our health screening starts at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Health screening from 7 to 9, and we bring everybody to the stage. We warm up, get a nice good stretch in. Then from there we thank our sponsors, city officials. Then we get to that starting line. We start the 5K. 5K runs. Everyone take off, whether they're running or walking, because it is a run and walk. You do.
Correct.
For our beginners, you can walk.
Because I don't run and I walk.
I feel you.
You can walk. Let's get that clear. But runners get a chance to get their times in, and walkers get a chance to come out and be active.
Yeah.
Along with getting the health screen. So, and then after that, we have fun. We trap yoga. We popping them fans. We having a good time. We wanted to be the most fun you'll have at a doctor's appointment.
We want all our line dancers to come out.
All the line dancers, all the steppers to come out and have a good time, because we're going to have fun.
A lot of fans.
It's going to be a lot. That's what we want. We want to try to paint them streets green and yellow with them fans, and we just want to have a good time for sure. So,
and folks can still register, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, you can register. This
Okay.
event is absolutely, everything that we do is absolutely free for the whole community. So you can definitely still
Even
register.
if you don't register, just come in.
Come on
and
in.
You come- okay.
The registration desk will be going on right then and there. So we
Yeah.
do have people to register on the spot.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, brothers, I appreciate you. Great conversation. This is needed. Us talking about what's going on. Because not enough of this is happening. Y'all doing the right stuff, but not enough is happening. So I applaud what you guys are doing. The event is going to be successful here, as it always is in Charlotte.
is.
Yes, sir.
Again, thank you, Victor, Kenny, African American Male Wellness Agency. Again, thank you guys for stopping in Live Impact News.
Thanks for having us.
For
Looking
sure.
forward to tomorrow.
Of course.